Hello, Mr. Serageldin. Very good to see you.
It is such a privilege, Mr. President.
Yeah, very glad.
Thank you for arranging this meeting.
Very glad that you arrived to Azerbaijan. Due to the pandemic, the global forum which was planned for last year was postponed. This is understandable.
Yes.
But at the same time, I know that Nizami Ganjavi International Center continued its activity, of course, with all the restrictions taken into account. And also, I'd like to express gratitude to you and to co-chair, Madam Vaira Vicky Freiberger, for your kind letter addressed to me and to other members of the board of the center with respect to the liberation war, which Azerbaijan conducted successfully. And your letter during the time of the war and after war, letter of support of the territorial integrity of Azerbaijan, are highly valued in our country. I'm very grateful for this very open, sincere, and just approach to our cause of liberation of the territories. So, as you remember, during the regular fora of Nizami Ganjavi International Center, I, addressing the audience, every time was referring to the conflict, every time was referring to injustice, to violation of international law. Now, situation has changed. So Azerbaijan restored international law and created actually new realities in the region and in the world. And I think a lot will depend now on proper evaluation of these realities by regional countries, by big powers, in order to use this opportunity to establish long-lasting peace and stability in the region. I think that today Azerbaijan really demonstrates its willingness to turn the page of hostility, turn the page of hatred, of confrontation, and to build the future for the region. And actually we already started. We started reconstruction, we started implementing projects which will be beneficial for all the regional countries and eventually to stability and predictability in the region. Therefore, I think all of us, we need to evaluate the new realities and planning our actions as governments, as international organizations, to focus on positive opportunities of cooperation and peaceful coexistence. Azerbaijan is committed to its obligations, and during the war we behaved in a very decent way, in a very proper way of observing international norms and regulations, and after war we demonstrate I think very constructive approach. So I think that these realities will be long-lasting. Peace, which our region was waiting for so many years, have come, and the peace must be long-lasting. I'm sure that in the activity of the center you will also concentrate on these opportunities, on opportunities of post-war development, post-conflict situation. Nagorno-Karabakh conflict is over. It is already part of the history, and now we need to concentrate on issues which are in front of us. First of all, of course, reconstruction, rehabilitation of the territories. Everything is devastated. We could not even imagine the scope of devastation and destruction. There is no single building in Agdam, in Fizuli, in other liberated territories, villages, cities. Everything is destroyed, historical monuments. So a lot is to be done in order to rebuild. But we are committed to do it. We have a strong will to do it. We have opportunities to do it. And of course, we want international community to know the reality now more than before. Because now when foreign diplomats, international media representatives are visiting the liberated territories, I think they really see what the occupation created for our historical monuments, for our cultural monuments. So those who occupied our territories destroyed everything. So I hope that during the next events after pandemic of the center, there'll be also opportunity for members of the center to visit some of the liberated territories and maybe to organize some events there. But this is, of course, part of our future cooperation and discussions. Once again, I'd like to express gratitude for your support during and after the war, and very glad to see you again.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President, and for these wonderful words. Indeed, my number one item was to be able to congratulate you personally for this enormous achievement of having really reclaimed the territories of Azerbaijan. And in fact, I was discussing with our colleagues in the board that we should have a special event right now, even with video and so on, without necessarily being able to go, about your great declaration when you said that all the historical monuments are under our protection regardless of religion. And I think that's a very important thing, and we can probably get it better known by bringing institutions that are involved in the protection of cultural heritage, like UNESCO, World Monument Fund, the Getty, etc., into a discussion around your declaration. So, because that will be a model for people to say the victor is not just magnanimous, but there is, as you say, we want to turn the page and promote regional peace. And one way of dealing with that will be the issues of the cultural heritage, which tend to be sensitive issues that are used by some people to heat up the passions in all sides. So you have prevented that by that important declaration, and I think we can do an event on that. And first and foremost, I really wanted to congratulate you for this historic achievement. It is a historic achievement that was not even possible to your great father, Haydar Aliyev, but it was done by his great son. His great son, that was really quite an achievement.
Söhbət zamanı Nizami Ganjavi Beynəlxalq Mərkəzinin gələcək planları və Bakı Qlobal Forumunun keçirilməsi haqqında fikir mübadiləsi aparıldı.